we can tell you that it's not happening. Believe us. Stop telling us what's actually happening based on your opinion of you as an individual.
No, it could be it's not the individual. It could be my opinion and the women that I know. Right. We said that the first episode. Cat told you to upgrade your women. I can know a long list of women in my circle that go out and pay for first dates.
No, they don't.
Upgrade your
That's
circle.
a lie. That's a lie. We should not be lying right here on this
How is that a lie? That's not a lie. My circle is tight. What are you talking about? That's not a lie.
Unless you've seen them do it, what they say.
It's a lie.
No, prove me
it's
wrong.
A lie.
Prove me wrong.
It's a lie. Because statistically, look, statistically,
my
if he
butt.
know, listen, if he know,
statistically, my butt.
if Rich Mo know 10 people, if he knows 10 people, and 10 women, I know 10 women, that's 40 women already to your what? How many women you know?
I said the women in my circle. You just told me it's a lie. In my circle.
That's a lie. I don't believe it.
In my circle.
Keep it moving.
In my circle.
That's a lie. Keep it moving.
Listen, I represent the women in my circle. So if I pay for you a meal, they damn sure will pay for you a meal.
Go ahead, keep it moving. I'm not listening.
Well, you ain't got to. Just upgrade the level of women you around. That's all. Stay
all
away
should.
from them. That's all.
We all should. All of us are the same.
No, not necessarily. That's bullcrap, MJ.
It's a lie. It's a lie. I don't believe it.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie.
I'm older than everybody on this
table. That don't
mean
nothing.
I feel like it depends.
My experience will tell me.
Your experience can't knock the women that I know. I know that was up for male. My friend circle is the bomb.
I don't believe that the majority.
I said my women.
Okay, I don't believe the majority of women that you know.
Hey, Uncle MJ.
Uncle
MJ.
That's something totally different.
You pissing people off on live.
Because he don't know what he's talking about.
Homegirl said she in her circle, and she said she paid for dates.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Okay. Shout out to my auntie.
And she also said she's never approached a man and asked a man to take him out.
Listen.
Paying for a date when you're already dating is something totally different than approaching a man and saying, let me take you out.
No, I paid for men that I don't even know.
Was it a date or was it a friend? What was it? Was it
What's up, auntie?
Was it a date? It's a
I think a date determines on who asks.
No, a date determines on intention.
Right.
I agree.
You going out with a homeboy and paying doesn't mean nothing. Most women will do that.
No,
the
I'm not talking about
I'm interested, they're going to make you
and
work.
I just asked,
and I
asked the question: is that because the men initiate the dating process?
Right.
If you say when you gonna let me take you out, then the women automatically.
Well, listen, you
should pay. And then it all depends on how the conversation goes. They might say, "Oh, let me treat you," and they say, "No, I wouldn't dare."
Let me share an experience. I'm gonna share an experience. I'm gonna share an experience real quick. So basically, I had an actual situation like that too. Shout out to the unicorn that I went out with. Now I actually went out with this sister, and we hung out and we did and I basically was was like, yo, when we gonna hang out, whatever. Now I initiated this. However, just through the time and communicating and just the good vibes and energy, she just felt inclined when it was time to go pay. Just because the fact that
shout out to the unicorn.
Shout out to the unicorn and them LA waters. You know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Just because the fact that I just was older. Like, hey, listen, shout out to them unicorns. Y'all know the vibes. You know what I mean? Shout out to the old heads out here, man.
Shout out to the unicorn. We definitely have a unicorn that has a show on there.
I appreciate the
every
LA
Sunday.
water.
I'm not
every
putting
Sunday
every woman in a box. I'm not. But I can say from my experience at 51 years old, it's not happening. Okay?
It just it's not happening. You wasn't in a good conversation.
First of all, can I say something to you? Can I say something to you?
He was a bad date. He was a bad date. He didn't get his food paid for.
Respectfully.
You better learn from Mr. Cool over here.
Can I say something to you respectfully though? You're assuming I'm not dealing with a level of woman. You're assuming the echelon of woman.
You said to me it was a lie.
No, I'm just saying. Right. Okay, but I'm just saying. I deal with a high echelon of woman, a classy type of woman. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's still not happening. And they have bread. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I know that it's not prevalent. It's just not prevalent.
But my point is that's still according to your circle of people that you are around. If I say not in my circle, not in my circle.
No, in your circle, okay.
That's what I'm saying. You said that's a lie.
Yeah, there's a bunch of winners. We
so at the end of the day, my circle will feed you. It's not that deep. My circle will feed you. It's not that deep.
I don't see an onslaught of women on the live saying, yeah.
No, they saying you a lie.
I mean, you're friends. I guess the only people that's watching is your friends.
That's not true.
Those women are lying on the live right there.
We can't forget.
Those women are lying.
We can't forget gender roles. At the end of the day, you know, it's not a norm for women to do that. So you can't really expect it.
Well, I'm saying because I don't think women initiate too much of the date. That's
because
why.
in gender roles, it's the man who is supposed to initiate the date. A woman to be looked upon, you'll be looked at funny if you walking up to niggas like, hey, you cute, let me take you out. And
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I don't
think no men will look at her funny. Women not doing it though.
I'm not. Listen. Let me.
I agree with you. Women not doing it at all.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, but the point that you're not looking at is that's not going to end up in marriage. You understand what I'm saying? That's not going to end up in marriage. So what's going to happen is you do that to him, then you do that to him.
What's not going to end up in marriage?
You asking a nigga to go on a date with you. If you see a dude outside, you say, hey.
Nah, I doubt that.
I don't agree with that.
I had a straight conversation with my ex-husband. It ended up in marriage 3 times.
I'm saying it's not logical that it's always going to end up in marriage. So if you do that,
is it logical to say that we just don't know about it? Because it's not heard of.
All I'm saying is, if you do it a few times, you're going to look funny. It's okay for a man to approach a lot of women. Yeah. It's not okay for a woman to approach a lot of men.
I think it depends on the context of how she approached a man. If you're approaching me in the sense of, hey, I find you attractive, I want to get to know you, that's one thing. If you're approaching like, I want to get busy, that's something totally
he said you were lying.
It depends on the context of how the woman approached a man.
It's two people on there that say, oh, he's calling me a liar. I don't know who the other one is.
I don't care. I don't believe it. Whatever. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I get what you're saying, bro. I'm just saying it's just not a norm in our society for women to be initiated.
So can I ask the question, why do you guys have a problem with it? Because this is a contradiction to me. Hold on. It's not you, but I'm just saying in general because you just spoke on behalf of women. Because for one of you going to not complain, but somebody have a problem saying that the women don't initiate paying the bill. But then if they look funny, asking the man out more than once, like, I don't get it.
I was actually
confused.
No, they're not. I was taking up for women, saying why they wouldn't do it as often.
No, but I'm saying, what is the problem if
there
they
is,
did?
There is
no problem.
But you said, but why would they look funny if
he's saying that they're going to look funny.
I don't see a ring on your finger. Are you dating? And you say no, then
I'm saying they look funny, not amongst men. Men don't have a problem.
They look funny amongst women.
How many girls do you hang out with that when you see that one friend that's always jumping up to go dance with a nigga or talk to a nigga like, damn, she always in some nigga face?
I know some people who have.
And it don't mean nothing wrong with her trying to talk to the nigga she like. But she gets looked upon like a hoe.
But they get looked. That's the same thing with men, though.
I know some women who take it for the team.
But what he's saying is she was looked at funny by women, not by men.
Not by men.
What he's saying is a woman who approach a man will be looked at funny by women. They won't be looked at funny by men. That's what he's saying.
I'm not saying that men are gonna look at it funny. I'm saying other women. And y'all women like to worry about what other women
do. Which is true. Well, no, I don't care, but most people do.
Because women can be catty. You'll sit next to your homegirl and be like, go get him, girl. As soon as she walk away, that bitch always in somebody's face.
Yeah. See, I know.
Or she take one for the team. They'll be like, she take one for the team. That's our buddy right there. So
in our society, it's just very normal for the men to do the talk.
Men don't do the same thing because men. First of all, we don't do the same thing because men were too bold. We'll tell a nigga to his face, yo. Like, we're cruel with each other.
Women
like, yo, you thirsty.
Bro, we are
thirsty, bro.
Yes, you do. But we're talking about the generalized instance. On the generalized part, men are too cruel with each other. Women will smile in your face. Girl, you look good. As soon as you walk, that girl look fat as hell in that dress.
Fat.
Like,
I don't know why she wore that shit. We are not going to church.
You're talking about a select few.
Look at her fucking shoes.
Overall.
I ain't going out with her no more,
on an overall statistics. Statistically speaking, men are not like that. We would tell our homeboy, hey, bro, you're not going when we looking like that. You gotta go change, nigga. You look crazy.
Straight up.
Guess what?
Not all women are not like that.
Sexy, you right. We'll get a nigga a shirt. We'll give him a shirt out our closet.
Women does that too. Women do that too.
Yeah, but y'all talk shit about each other though.
We're talking about generally.
Nah.
talk
Ain't nobody in our circle. No,
that's your
we do
circle.
talk, but we give them stuff out of our closet too, and we make sure everybody looks up the bar.
You're thinking about from your circle.
No, I know a lot of women like that.
Stop thinking about from your circle and think about on a broader statement. Most girls
there
say, listen, I got 1,000 homegirls. I got 1,000 homegirls who say all my best friends are boys because girls are petty and do too much.
Nah.
Most girls like
yes.
Sky would rather hang out with niggas than women because women do too much.
There's plenty of women like that. There's a ton of women that don't mess with women because they petty. So they mess with bros. They be like, yo, I got more bros.
I disagree.
Miss Alexander.
No, I'm not saying that the women don't do that. I just think it's a hidden agenda.
Yeah, keep talking about mature women.
I don't believe
a lot of women mature to be very, to be very good women. Yeah, y'all mature to that.
Ashley said it's sad, but
between
it's true.
20 and 30, y'all are catty. That's just
and
it.
mature women are catty as hell too. Why do they say that they're not mature women are catty? Classy women are still catty.
Because mature, when I say mature, I mean of age.
No, I'm saying they say they're not mature and classy. Mature, classy women are still catty.
Yeah, the live going to shut off. We need to let them know. We about to
Hold up.
Thank you.
We about to take a quick commercial break, please. We coming right back. So come back on the live.
Yeah, I can't relate.
We coming right back.
We'll still be live on YouTube.
I can't relate. Listen, I can't relate at all.
Yo,
I can't relate.
Right back, yo. So listen, I need all this energy right back.
I cannot relate.
Everybody on my live, I need y'all to come right back.
Come on back.
I
Y'all
cannot
come
relate.
back.
What we said, what he said.
Liars included. Liars
I know
included.
this, right? Sexy.
I'm just saying I can't relate.
You're
Cause
not
I'm
trying
at,
to relate.
No, I am trying to relate.
Respond versus
No.
You keep talking from your circle. Everyone is not in your circle.
I'm not even talking about outside of my circle. Now, since you said it, since I read
This
the comment
young
and that's
lady
going
just
back.
said it.
Listen, I don't care. What part don't you understand?
She is the
that you
viewer. She's
missed
the
it. I don't
outside
care. That's
person.
not the view. This ain't about viewer. This ain't a movie.
No, it is. We're talking to the people.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about. No, I beg the difference. I'm looking for me growing up at 45 at the
Right,
women I
and
was
that's the
around, the women
problem.
that's not in my circle.
This is
I'm
your
talking
problem
about,
right here.
No, that's your problem.
No,
because
you're
you're
the
grouping
only
it in.
person. No, we're
You're
talking
grouping-
at a
No,
push.
Chase did
Hey,
get
y'all
a great
argue like they
example.
married.
Listen, you're talking this way, and we're
Always.
talking this way. Am I telling the truth or not? Am I saying the truth? Tell her right now.
You're not telling the truth.
Tell
He
her.
just talking.
Tell her.
He ain't
Is
been
she
with
talking
many
broader or is she talking this way? You're talking with blinders on.
I'm
Sage.
not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
You always refer back to you and your people. That is
Nah,
not
I
what
know
we're
a lot of
talking
people,
about.
dude.
And okay,
Believe it or
and
not,
so
I know
do,
a lot of
and
people.
so do we.
I know a lot
so
of
what
people. It might be they just catty to you. That don't mean they catty to everybody.
Listen, I'm just saying, open your eyes
My eyes
wider.
is wide open. I got third
Okay.
eye open.
Open your eyes wider. You're gonna see a different.
At the end of the
different
day,
life,
like I
life.
said,
Okay.
I think if women is catty, men is catty too. You have petty men.
That's
just
true,
what it is.
but the masses of the bros are not as petty as women. You know why? Because like Kev said, and I agree. We are hardcore on each other. Like,
So
and then
are we.
right, but then there's no behind the
But
back
like I
shit.
said-
Now I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, hear you. So if
That's
I say
not true with all men.
then that's a sweet ass nigga. That's not a real nigga. That's not a real
No,
nigga.
you can't call him sweet.
Anybody?
No,
That's
he's sweet.
true.
He got feminine.
He's sweet.
Feminine,
Listen, if
No,
a
I
man,
beg the
that's
difference.
feminine
No,
traits.
That's not a
If
feminine
he's a
trait.
grown man
No,
who's
it's
petty
not.
and talk behind niggas
No,
back, he
it's
has
not.
feminine
It's
qualities.
sweet.
Petty.
He's
He has
sweet.
feminine
That's not a petty
qualities.
man.
He's
That's
sweet.
That's
He's
not
a
a
feminine
gender
quality.
preference.
It is.
Women, that's like
Feminine
saying
qualities.
women is way more
Yes.
emotional than men. Bull crap.
Listen what
Bull.
I'm telling you, Sage.
Bull.
If a man does
Bull.
exactly what you just said, a real man,
Bull.
he has some type of qualities in him that is more femininity, more he was raised by, like something ain't
probably
right with
raised
him.
by all women.
Like, listen, a man ain't
That's
doing
like
that
saying
shit.
the man that cheat with your girl, he's more feminine than women. Bull crap. It's a lot of them that sit right in your face and be sleeping with your girl. Bye.
No, that's
Bye.
not the same thing. That's
Bye.
not the same thing.
That was
What
sitting
is that?
lying in your
What is
face.
that? How does that? No, that is not the same thing.
That's not petty.
It
That's
is the
just
same
that's just
thing.
nutty.
It is the same thing.
No, listen. What we saying is just like the young lady just said over there, and most millions of women feel.
The
What y'all
topic wasn't
normally
about
do-
women being petty first
No,
and foremost.
we're
I
just
didn't
we're
mention
just
women
acknowledging
being
what
petty.
you're talking about, Sage.
Because I said I made the difference. I
You
said to
just
him,
said
I
that
can't
men
relate.
are. You
I
said
can't
men
relate.
are as equal. The last thing you just said was men as petty as women, and I'm just
Yeah.
giving you an example of why that's not the case. I'm saying to you, answering
and
your
I said,
question.
you can't give me a case of why that's not the case. The same way you said my story was a lie, you can't give me that case because that's determined off of the people you know and not everybody you know in the world.
I understand that, but okay.
So you can't give it to me. All I'm saying is,
okay,
upgrade your level of women.
No, I understand that. So
that's all I'm saying.
There you go. What's not happening on a regular basis is like we talked about. Whether it's what level or stage the person's in, most women are not approaching men and asking them out for dates, or they're
said why because he said because of and I beg the difference. I think there's women out there that actually will approach men. Yeah.
I didn't say that there wasn't any women. I said most women. And what I'm saying to you is because of that is I don't know. Maybe they feel. Like you said, I don't know.
Well, I think it's according to tradition. A lot of things that we do is based off of tradition. It's tradition.
Right.
It's tradition.
Okay.
That's true. That's very true. I agree.
I'm not going to.
A woman shouldn't be looked at a certain way if she's aggressive and she knows what she wants. She sees what she wants. Now, approach is everything, but how is she looked at differently because she approached him?
You have to ask your women that. Cause Richmond was saying it'll be the women who will judge them. The men ain't no man on this earth is going to judge a woman or get mad at a woman that approaches him.
We don't judge them.
No man is going to get mad if a fine woman walk up to him and try to holler at him.
The next man that's sitting next to you may, depending on his rating and judgment. Yes, there is. It all depends.
He might say hating because he wish it was him, but he ain't going to.
If a woman approaches me and actually rocks with me and actually, you know what I'm saying, want to be with me and she aggressive or whatever, I can assure you right now, just on this panel, because that's all I can speak for is the panel right now, he ain't going to give a damn and he ain't going to give a damn. You understand what I'm saying?
Why would I give a damn?
I'm going to push you forward.
You wouldn't either, but you're not a man. I'm talking about the man's perspective. Okay. Sage. Okay. I'm not talking about and I don't even think Rich Mo would give a damn. If a woman, exactly, that's what we're trying to say. Like men, like if a woman, that's all I'm saying. If a man, now vice versa, maybe the case, but if a woman came at us, men don't talk like that. Women will.
I'm just saying, I don't think that I can't relate. I don't think that would be the case. No difference for women that propose to men.
Okay, so I got.
It's not a bunch of women hating. It may be some women that's not used to it because of tradition. But there's nothing wrong with a woman proposing to a man.
No, it's not. But you have a lot of women. You have a lot of women who do hate. Like I would never think the hell was wrong with her. Why would she do that?
And men will too because of tradition.
No, most men will judge the man for saying yes. They ain't gonna judge. They're gonna say this nigga freaky, weird. He got his hair like this. Like hell no. Like most men will judge the men. They ain't gonna judge the woman.
Proposed to go like that.
Like I didn't see I didn't know. I didn't see proposal videos on social media, and the whole nigga like, yes, I married you like this.
No, he might put his hand out, but he not doing this. That's accurate.
No, I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
That's a little too much.
No, I didn't see it.
Something wrong.
I didn't see it firsthand. Niggas is doing that.
What did I miss?
Did she have on a pantsuit?
Ain't no female proposing to me, so it don't matter. That's not happening.
I'm trying to get flued out and get proposed to.
Huh?
Exactly.
Ain't no one proposing to me.
Yo, I'll put my hand out like that if the ring is big enough, goddamn. If the ring big enough, I'm like, yeah, what you want, baby? What you want from me? Shit, I need a toe ring too. Shit, I need a toe ring. The same carrot, goddamn. She can bring it. The hell with that.
Put a ring on it. I'm with it.
Put a ring on it. What you want? Where we going, baby?
You ain't have a problem being proposed to?
It's weird.
I'm traditional. I ain't doing it. I will.
This is my thing. It's a new time.
I would.
I probably wouldn't have a problem being proposed to, but I kind of wish that they wouldn't, because if I was ready to get married, I probably would have proposed to you already.
Yeah,
so but you might hear a nice no. You proposed to me, because I would have already been ready to propose to you if that was the case.
But that's both ways.
No, I hear that though, Rich Bo.
Thank you. But that's both ways though.
Many guys who knew what they want right off the bat
if
and propose within 2 months of knowing.
Right.
So,
if it takes that long for me to propose, there's something. If it takes that long,
I agree.
You got the chance to propose.
I agree, because I'm not waiting that long for nobody.
Something might be a little wrong.
I agree.
and let's just wait.
Listen, I don't
it doesn't
truly
mean I don't
believe
want to
in
marry
waiting
you.
for somebody wrong. I just don't truly believe in waiting for anything. I don't believe in nobody making me wait for anything. And that's the God honest truth. And you know I'm telling the truth. You're not making me wait for anything.
So who proposed your?
Let me just be clear.
Who proposed your wedding?
My husband proposed. It don't take long.
Oh, hold on, wait. You a man?
Well,
she
listen,
just
right,
asked
she
you
said
had a
the
question
man,
for
how
a
you
man.
gonna
Masculine
answer?
energy spoke.
Well, listen.
God damn, she a man.
Now,
Oh, it was to in
She
general
said
or to
men.
She said a man.
well, all men is different. So you
yeah,
can
yeah,
how
because-
Why are you still talking for us? Let us
this is the
speak
thing
to the
with
woman.
me, right? I could want to marry you, but there could be qualities about you that I don't like that I can't live with forever. So
Right,
at a certain age, I might want to wait to see if those qualities are going to change. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna marry you. I'm not.
And discuss it with her.
Yeah, see, I can't do that because I truly believe
y'all
on
let him
both
finish
parties,
explaining his part?
Like, they might be on both parties. So I might be sitting back
How
waiting.
is it
but I feel
possible
like
for a
it has
woman to
be-
ask a man a
Right,
question,
and both
but
of y'all chiming
women are
in. Can y'all
answering
let
the
him
question?
finish his
She's not
for
asking
a
a question.
man.
She asking the question. Ho,
She
you
didn't-
want me to tell you
This
how?
young lady just
But
asked.
she was first. I can tell you how. Richmo was talking in the midst of her question. So after Lily go, I was going to tell you to go ahead and answer that.
No, I was answering her question.
Her question. He was answering her
Okay.
question, but you
And Lily was
interrupted.
answering it.
No, exactly.
No, she was agreeing with my.
Right.
Yeah, I
thought we
heard
was-
her say it.
Can we answer her question?
Can we
Richmo
answer
just
her
did.
question first?
It's three of us on here. We all have our own opinion.
Right.
I wasn't really finished, but go ahead.
That's what I just said.
No, ask what question you got.
All right, good.
Yellow.
So this question.
Well, that's how it goes
is for
on
you,
this show.
Chase. You're pretty young too, next to Kevin. But I mean,
We all young. Watch your mouth. But go ahead.
we all young. Hey, listen, I'm here for it. Okay, I'm.
Go ahead, Lee.
Listen, anybody asks you.
Okay.
Chase, do you feel like because just the way men are, right? The way men genetically are, do you feel like it's better for men to be the one to ask and really be so into the woman just because men, they feel like naturally they stray a little bit and you know the things people will say, the differences between a male and a female, like a female they feel like could be more satisfied with just one person, whereas though they feel like males have more trouble
That's a
in
lot,
that department. So they say though that
That's a
it's
big
better.
I'm a little offended.
That's a big misconception.
You know, you want a man to really, really choose you for those reasons.
For those-
because
right.
if you're choosing him and men already all, you know.
Well, I guess to I guess kind of make it a little, at least dial to it, because I mean, Richmo did speak on it. Just from my perspective, I feel like the thing that'll really get a man is more so because I'm speaking for myself, but I'm just saying, as far as for me, I would definitely feel, that, of course, if I find a woman and I'm really interested in you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do everything I can to keep you in my life. However, I know it's a thing where we have a thing where I feel like men a lot of times we want things in abundance, and I feel like even just our thoughts where we feel like, yo, we love this woman, but it's like, dang, it's things about other women. Dang, she got a cute face. Dang, she got and it's like, and so it's like, and then like Richmo said, it's certain things within that woman that I might not necessarily want to live with, but it's this other thing. I just love this about you, and I don't want to let this go. However, I still see these other things,
I heard
you
it
know what I
all the
mean?
time. I just think that men are blinded by the fact that women feel the same exact way.
Right, and I feel like it's all,
I
again,
think
it goes
they're
down to
taught
the
through
person.
tradition to keep their mouth zipped and not speak on it. You can have a man that don't please you in 55,000 ways, but they go
But it's
with
all
the
about
flow because
communication.
of what they was taught.
Right. So
I can say I'm one that's different because I just don't put up with it, but they don't speak
I mean,
on it.
unless we gonna build a woman like they got the Build-A-Bear,
Right,
you know
that's
what
what
I
I
mean?
used to say.
But
They should, because I
build
damn
the
sure would
biz.
build one.
Can I
That is the truth.
Did I?
You didn't get to answer the question though. So do you think that's why a male should be the one to choose the woman?
Nobody answered her question.
Yeah. So do they? I mean, yeah, the man.
I didn't hear half of yours, so I don't know.
Doesn't matter either way. Men are gonna be men.
Yeah, they gonna be
You
men
said
anyway,
should-
and
she
just do
said
what they.
should men do most of the
work?
proposing. No, we're
Oh.
asking the question of
As far as
marriage.
initiating and all that, yeah. I mean, just because that's just in tradition. However,
I don't.
yeah, I mean, I just feel like whatever
I
the
think it's
situation is, at the end of the day, as long whoever did it, and it's like y'all really love each other, it doesn't really matter. But I know in society, the man needs to do this and the man needs to do
Well,
that.
that's tradition.
Yeah, right, and that's what I'm saying. But again, if it's just like if y'all just into each other, no matter who, you know what I'm saying, initiated or proposed, like y'all just gonna rock out and make that covenant together. You know what I'm saying? Without all the.
I just don't understand why women wait so long to get what they want, and I gotta be 100% honest with that. I don't understand it for the life of me. Anybody on there, anybody in this room who know me knows.
I don't know. I'm just asking you. Do me a favor. Specify.
I am. I'm about to get right into it. Wait so long for a man to ask them to marry them. I couldn't never. I always been the kind of chick. Wait, let me get into it. Because like I said, I always been the type of chick. I know what I want, right? I ain't gotta wait. I don't need nobody to help me. I know what I want. So if you don't give me what I want or meet my expectations by here, it's on to the next. That's just what it is. I'm not wasting my time dedicating my whole youth for someone to figure out whether or not they want to be with me. I think women devalue themselves all the way around the board, even if you don't meet all the qualities. Separate, go get your stuff together, and come back. But to let somebody sit there and place your value to make you an honorable woman, that's like disrespect in itself. You marry me, make me honorable? Absolutely not.
Okay.
I know women who got everything together and waiting for people who don't got it together to propose to them. What are you waiting for?
Okay, so.
And then mad when he dogged you out like you didn't see the signs.
Right.
Ridiculous.
So to answer your question,
he couldn't wait
in the
to
beginning. I got a bunch to say, but to answer your question, how long does it take as far as a guy? So I'm gonna speak from my perspective because I'm sure each man on the panel has their own way. Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
But he wanted to answer. Let him answer.
Absolutely, I thought that's what we was here to do.
Yeah, no, because technically she wasn't a part of the cast. So technically, so go ahead. You just want to be petty. Let's get petty. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You're sexist.
No, because the question was posed. So really, from a man perspective, is when we feel ready. We feel like if you live up just like you are as a woman, putting us in a situation where, or as far as I'm concerned, you're watching everything. You're learning me. You're understanding who I am. If we're not living together, then we're just dating. So I can't ask you to marry me if I don't even know if you wash your panties or shit like that. I don't know who you are if I'm not able to be around you enough to understand what your the twerks and things that you do that I may not like. You may snore. I don't know if you snore. That's what men wait for. Men wait.
Well, how come y'all can't just talk about that?
Well, we do eventually.
No, I think they talk about it.
We do eventually. It'll come out.
I just think women set the bar low for them because of tradition. They're told to wait. They're told to do this. They're told to cook. They're told to clean. They're told to be submissive. So the women wait because that's what they're told to do towards tradition. Because that's just what it is.
I think it's just a little deeper than that. I think that men lie and women lie, and at the end of the day, I
think they're the same.
I think both people lie. So at the end of the day, asking somebody about something, you might not get the truth. They might just try to fix it before you find out about it.
I agree.
So a lot of the time, like I said, even like you said earlier, when I was in the middle of my answer, I can talk to the woman about what I want to change, and she can say she's gonna change. It don't necessarily mean she's gonna change. So at the end of the day, sometimes you want to see more progress, because one thing about marriage and having kids is it's a lock. It's a lot.
But
and
that's
people,
both ways,
people
though,
change.
Rich Mo.
All right, but
women wait with men for years to wait for them to change.
Saying,
but that's my point in them devaluing themselves. You're still waiting to see something from a person.
They don't have,
for how long?
But both does. Both does.
Yeah, for both. No, it could be both. But my point is, for how long do you wait? Why is it
however long
until you're ready? Until you're ready.
Listen,
until you're ready.
It's good and crazy. It got to be a benefit.
Listen, if my time...
It got to be a benefit. Listen,
it
for all of the women out there, it better be a benefit.
It depends on the
better be a
relationship.
benefit for both, because it has to be a benefit.
It might be,
I couldn't even imagine.
Listen, if you're waiting for a long time, it might be a great relationship. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is...
A relationship? You just stole somebody's whole youth.
You ain't still
shit.
Niggas
been waiting for 5, 10, 20 years. Niggas been together 17 years and then get married for 3 years and divorced.
If you're waiting, that means that there was something there. If you're waiting, there was something there. Or you
how? Because after they get married, they divorce after 3 years.
Hey, say,
right.
So a connection.
Hold on, brother. I didn't even get to finish my point.
Okay.
The point that I'm making is, when you do get married, or you move in with somebody, or you have a kid, it is a lock. People change for the worse when these things happen. You're going to get a worse person once you marry somebody. You're going to get a worse person once you have a kid if that person is not for you.
If a person is not honest, stick to what you were saying with the honesty. Because here's my point. When women are not honest, I'm going to give you an example. When women put up with things for years and they already know what they want and they're waiting for a man to ask them to marry them, and they pretend like everything is okay. They pretend they're not speaking up because they're actually like this because they want to hold on to a man.
But that's their fault.
So, no, it's their fault. That's what I'm saying. Fault. You have to take accountability. Yeah. Don't blame the man. You waited all this long time.
And if you didn't have a conversation with him in all that time about why he ain't trying to marry
you. Because a lot of times the men say, I'm waiting to see if this, I'm seeing this. So in their head, they assume nothing's wrong. And the women's not telling them half of the things that's wrong. They just want an ideal husband.
That's dumb.
But that's what majority of them do.
That's dumb. That's on them.
See, but that's what they've been taught. That's what they see, and that's what they've been taught.
As men, we can't speak for that because we are men, so we don't know that.
If I'm being smart enough to say I'm going to wait to see if something changed, you got to be smart enough to say, hey, I'm 20-something, 30-something. I can't wait this long, so you figure it out. I'm going to go ahead and
I know plenty of women that do that.
Yeah, but then that fixed that problem.
Women also
you don't got to wait for me.
Women also
just like I ain't got to ask you to marry me.
Right, exactly.
I ain't got to ask you to marry me. You ain't got to wait.
Right.
You keep it moving.
Right. And I think that's a matter of exactly communication in a relationship to see where the relationship is going, and that way nobody feels like their time is wasted.
Even better, you should see where it's at. Where it's at matters more than where it's going, because I can lie to you about where it's going, you can lie to me. If we see where it's at versus where it was, we already know how fast we going and where we going. Because when you know where you was and you know where you at, then you'll know how long it's going to take you to get to where you're going.
That sounds like a rap song.
No,
he was just spitting bars. That sounds like a rap song. I think he's
125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now.
Ashley Links, is that what it said? Says you have to see people through all their seasons. Broke, financially set, grief, loss, anger. Divorce happens because we don't really know someone. I disagree. Divorce happens because I feel like if God give you an out, take the out. People are just not compatible. So, I mean, hey, it is. I know people that hang in there think about the death do us part. The man done raped your kids and everything else, and God said, hold on. Like, just crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, I truly feel as though, I don't know about that. Broke, financially set, grief, loss, Ashley. I don't know about that. That's a whole lifespan, it sounds like. It can take a person 5 years to go through broke, loss, grief. You handle all of that in a marriage, especially a different marriage. Don't that say through sickness and health and death do us part?
But that's the thing. That's why I don't feel like people should jump into it so fast, because you don't know if you're ready to do till death do us part.
I know people that jumped in stuff fast and it lasts long, and I know people that turn the other way around. I guess it's all in people knowing what's compatible for them, or they're so connected.
That's what I was about to try to say.
And they still hanging on.
Yeah, I was saying it's really the connection.
Gigi?
That's her name on the Instagram.
Oh, Geisha?
Yeah, it's a connection. That's really what it boils down to.
To a connection, right?
So if you connected with this person, that is the quintessential. That is the I fell in love at first sight. That is a spiritual connection that is deeper than.
How many fell in love at first sight? You fell in love at first sight?
Have I ever? Mm-hmm. I don't. Let me think about that.
Have you ever fell in love at first sight?
Thank you, Rich Mo.
I do. Well, I don't say I believe in love at first sight. Infatuation. Because I didn't double took a couple times. That might be lust.
I believe in spirituality. I'm very spiritual. I believe in spiritual connection. I believe that if I meet a person and because nowadays it's people. That's what it is.
Can you fall in love at first sight? Can you fall in love at first sight?
I believe in spiritual connection. I don't know if it's.
Can you fall in love at first sight?
Yes, you can.
I don't know.
Yes, you can.
I'm not saying.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the same thing.
You can.
I'm not sure if I'm saying the same thing.
How? Because how can you love somebody from
if
the
I'm not
sight of
connected to you, but I see you, I don't
Okay.
know if I love you.
When he's done.
You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm not connected to you, if I see you, right? I don't know if I'm connected. I don't know if I'm like, I might be, like you said, lustfully attracted. But love, like I think love is deeper than the surface. I think it's more spiritual. I think it's more connection. And you feel that. That what I was told what I was told by spiritual people is it's undeniable. if you connected spiritually, you can't. It's undeniable.
But see what you're doing. What you're doing is you're saying something and you're contradicting yourself at the same time.
How's that?
Because I could meet somebody and feel that connection.
Right.
By meeting them, that could be love at first sight.
No, but I might not think they cute.
That don't mean nothing. It's called love.
Love
is a feeling. Love ain't a look.
What are we talking about?
Love is a feeling.
Is that the first sight that we talking about aesthetically? Or we talking about what do we?
Love at first sight is not necessarily.
Specify what we talking about.
I thought it was a feeling, an aura.
The term love at first sight is not necessarily you look across the room, you fall in love. Love at first sight is you walk up, you talk to somebody, and as you talking, it's like, damn.
So then that's the definition.
First sight means first sight in that saying means this is the first time you're seeing them, and in this first encounter, you fall in love.
Right. Okay.
That can happen, and the reason why I say it can happen because there's a difference between loving someone and falling in love with someone.
Right. I agree.
You can fall in love with. You can be in love with someone and actually, fall out of love really quick.
Right.
Being in love is just a connection or a feeling, a bond between two people that happens, like you said, spiritually. Like you feel that shit.
Right.
It calls when you don't want it to call.
Right.
Like seriously.
So that really doesn't have nothing to do with a time. Connection. It has nothing to do with talking. It has nothing to do. All it is I've been around people that like I said in the first encounter, it was like, damn, I feel like connected to this person. It's almost like an animal thing. Right. How animals choose each other. You might be around somebody and feel it animalistically, like on some real.
Right. That's called lust. My lust want to jump the ball.
I feel like I honestly feel like lust still there? I honestly feel like
when they say it's 4 types of beauty in the world. Did you let Geisha back in?
I'm trying. I did, but then she got back out.
It's 4 types.
I honestly feel like lust is used very loosely, and sometimes that is love and it's not lust.
Somebody checked the comments. Someone said.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said we can't hear.
Yeah, they just said the volume is bad.
They can't hear, Rachel.
Yeah, they just hit us with that.
I mean, it's
it sounds like music.
Real quick.
They said it sounds like music.
Your sound keeps going out, so y'all have to check the comments because someone keeps, I don't connect it to Bluetooth or it sounds like.
I see you, lovely Geisha. Okay.
Like we can't hear you guys, and
all right.
If you don't check the comments, you can't.
Okay.
So you can't hear us? Like you can't hear me?
You guys will be muffled, like the sound. Maybe someone's Bluetooth.
Ashley said they can hear now. She said they can hear now.
We can hear you now, but
okay.
It keeps going out when somebody connects to something. Maybe a Bluetooth is trying to connect.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Well, you know what was happening? Sometimes people are trying to call his phone while we're talking.
Oh, got you.
They're trying to call his phone. His phone is ringing.
Oh, got you.
So it's like
Chase is your phone.
It's not no more.
I'm joking.
But yeah, that's why you couldn't hear a little while ago.
Okay,
gotcha. Okay, well, thank you, live audience. Appreciate that because we were in a conversation and we have no idea unless you let us know. So thanks for the interaction. Appreciate it. And then I got text messages from people saying the same thing, like, "Yo, I don't hear you what you're saying." But okay, I see. But yeah, I think it's spiritual. I think it's connection spiritually.
But love at first sight, I think it can go both ways. It can be a lustful situation, and it can be a person actually feel like they in love. There's no possible way of knowing, but that soul drawer, that spirit drawer, actually make you feel like that. You know, can anybody in here know the 4 types of beauty? They say that goes into the world.
No.
Anybody in the audience know the 4 types of beauty?
Four types of beauty
in the world. Anybody?
Come on, you smart asses.
Since we had love at first sight. Anybody?
You don't know Yellow? Stop! I thought you would know.
Oh yeah, she got knowledge. Go ahead, bust that head wide open with that knowledge.
Kevin, Chase.
Go ahead and Google something.
Anybody know the 4 types of beauty? You gonna tell them to Google something?
Yeah.
Then they got 2
I'm talking about her, Malcolm Farrakhan over here. That was talking real proper the other day, but now you quiet. What's up?
Kevin.
You quiet.
Oh my goodness.
You quiet now?
Kevin.
Can she hear you?
Do you know the 4 types of beauty?
You all right?
4 types of what?
Beauty. Do you know the 4 types of beauty?
Is all right? You all right?
You don't know the 4 types of beauty?
No.
Mr. Floyd, you don't know the 4 types of beauty?
You said
ugly? Is ugly one type of beauty?
Hold on. You said what?
I was trying to let you get a word in.
What is
being
it?
quiet. I was talking to you this whole time.
She's so cute. No, it ain't sight and smell. Hold on, MJ got one though. Wait, MJ said something.
Ugly.
Ugly is a type of beauty.
Ugly.
Hold on. It is now you just flying off of him.
What about ugly?
So all right, no. So there is 4 types. They say it was in this, according to tradition, in religion, I should say, there's 4 types of beauty that you should look for. They said every man and every woman want the best type of beauty. You know, those who are beautiful on the outside and those who are beautiful on the inside.
Nice.
All right, that's the best type. Then you have the type of beauty that's not so pretty on the outside, but they're beautiful on the inside. Right.
Oh, we breaking this
Second.
down.
Then you have the third type of beauty, where it's though you're beautiful on the outside, but you're ugly as hell on the inside.
You know a few of those.
And then last but not least is what Mr. MJ was talking about over here. You're ugly on the outside and you're ugly on the inside.
Show is ugly. Show is ugly.
Neck like Mike Tyson.
4, well, 1 is ugly, but 3, the other 3 is on there. The other 3 is in reverse. Remember your beauty on the in and out. Then you're not so beautiful on the outside, but on the inside you're beauty. Then on the outside you're beautiful, but then you can be ugly on the inside. Get it? So those are the type of beauties that they say that's out in the world.
Okay, cool.
Ugly. Yeah, so we know what to look for when we look for individuals. Now, who would settle for the pretty girl on the outside and ugly on the inside, or the not so pretty on the outsad but beautiful on the inside?
I want the ugly. I want the ugly.
He want evil. It's good. Evil is real good.
Ugly. I think they have the best sex. Ugly.
You know what? I can't. I really can't. I can't relate.
No, I'm just messing with you. I honestly, I mean,
can't relate.
Okay, so I would just want to be happy. Can I just be happy?
I would take either beautiful on the inside and beautiful on the outside, of course, as any man would. But I also would take beautiful on the inside and ugly on the outside.
I'm with him.
Because
that part.
I don't know, something about looking at a woman who's not so pretty on the outside, but is beautiful on the inside, she still looks beautiful to me.
Did that make y'all?
Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah.
Rich Mo is a pimp.
Yeah. You're so ugly that it shows up on your aura.
Rich Mo be having bars. He be writing down shit, bro. Never mind. This is a male thing we talking about.
I ain't write shit down. I
Rich Mo be trying to get him.
You got something to add to that?
Rich Mo be trying to get him moist on live.
So that's true.
I can't help it, brother. That is what I do.
So I want to know
Tune in tonight
what are
to
some
the
of the
Barry
things
White
that can be
edition of the
done
Rich Mo
to
Show.
change the narrative in that courting situation that Rich Mo was talking about.
Say what about it?
I said, what are some of the things we can do to change the narrative in that courting situation? Anybody got any suggestions?
I feel like we should allow women to be women and allow men to be men, and then things will be okay. I feel like as we raise our kids, we should stop trying to raise our daughters to be men, and we should start raising our men to be men. And that's it. In that point, you teach your son how to be a man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even in punishment. When you punish your son, you have to watch how you punish him because you can make him into a little girl. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is...
Explain that one.
I don't have it fully mapped out because I just thought of it. But, no, seriously.
Well, I appreciate that.
Listen,
I appreciate that, brother.
If you humiliate your son and beat him in a certain way, you can make him feminine.
I agree.
If you raise your daughter and you beat her like she's a little boy, she's going to be tough like a man.
Okay, so
there's ways to punish kids without actual physicality.
Okay,
and then to teach them how to be in their.
Okay, so we just had a slight conversation off the grid last week about this because I was thinking how unfair, parents is with actually chastising the girls and the boys differently when children should be chastised as children or disciplined as children, opposed to the boy getting punched and the girl getting, I can't punch her because she a girl. And we all made those mistakes. I know I did. But my point is actually catering to them as children. Because we had this conversation with somebody else who said, somebody was upset. They 2-year-old, like, stop crying like a girl. There's no such thing. A child is hurt. Why is they crying like a girl at 2?
Well, you trying to make that 2-year-old boy tough.
Yeah, but that's no. But no, he's a baby.
You will raise him to be a narcissist.
I don't feel.
Yes, I agree.
I
agree, Lily.
I don't feel that you should say words like crying like a girl, but you should instill that. Hey, little boys don't cry like that.
No, but if a child is hurt, this is the whole scenario. Because it's like boys. I got this from a few men. Boys go out all day long and feel like it's unfair that they're taught to protect your sister if you go out, and as they should. I get it. But it's not taught to the girl, even though you don't have to tell us. Because I made that example. I'm fighting all day with my brothers, my cousin, the men on this panel. Y'all fight, we fighting. That's just what it is. Because I got 7 brothers just from my mother. They ain't including my daddy. So I'm rough. I got 7 brothers from my mother. But my point is a child is a child. If your daughter fall and you pick her up and you wiping her off and your son fall, why is he not getting that same affection at that same age? They're children.
I agree. He should get the same affection, but the what you're saying to him should be different.
Like, I want an example because I don't understand. That's why I was asking.
Pick him up. Hey, listen, man. You all right? You cool? All right. When you go outside, this is going to happen often. You're a boy, but you got to be careful.
So that's not going to happen to the girl? She not going to fall often?
Yeah, but I'm not going to. I'm going to tell her, listen, you're a young lady. You certain things you shouldn't be doing. You have to be careful. And I might baby her a little differently because she's a girl and she needs to feel her father's love. It could be her mother that can be a little more stern, but her father needs to be her father. Whereas with a boy, his father need to be his father, his mother need to be his mother. That's why it's 2 different parents, and one's a man, one's a female.
I still think that's tradition in place.
Both.
I still think that's tradition in place. That's like saying girls can't climb trees, but boys can. But girls climb trees. Because kids play.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is when they fall, it's just 2 different lessons. And what I'm saying to you is now.
Okay,
now
that's what I'm trying to understand.
It's 2 different lessons.
Right, maybe I don't understand.
You treat them the same, but it's 2 different lessons.
Okay.
You'll speak to them differently about what just happened. If a
telling the boy you can't cry is doing something that you spoke about last week, we're building that anger because boys are taught they can't express themselves because they get teased or ridiculed or humiliated for their expression. Yeah. They're not taught that they can express the way women express. This is why we yap, and then y'all mad and we yap because we can express. Let the boy
but that's the thing. If you tell the boy don't cry like a little girl, now you are hurting a part of him that makes him a man. I'm saying don't do that.
But how is it hurting him? It's making him a man if he already crying. He ain't a man. Is my point.
No, he's not. No.
He's already crying.
It's okay to cry. You have to explain that to him. It's okay to cry.
Do you understand what he's saying?
It's not wrong with crying, but it's the lesson that you're giving him after the crying.
Then how can you explain what he's saying, how it doesn't contradict with the subject matter that y'all just had last week about not being able to express?
Because I'm not telling him to not express himself. I'm just telling him to toughen up a little bit. But it's not wrong with crying.
But why do he have to be tougher?
Because he's a boy. Because he's going to be a man.
But isn't that his natural ability to be a man and be tougher?
No, it's not.
No?
Ain't nothing natural in this world. Everything's taught. First of all,
the Sage and Rich Mo show. The Sage and Rich Mo show.
I don't believe that at all.
Let me tell you
There's not nothing natural. Everything is taught.
You don't naturally. It is taught. You don't naturally grow up and be tough. You grow up and you watch people do things.
No, that's not true. Some people naturally grow up to be tough. My grandbaby is naturally tough. Is she not?
Your grandbaby
is she not, Jay?
Your grandbaby didn't
She's
grow up.
Naturally
your
tough.
grandbaby
she came out like that.
She did not grow up in a room by herself. She grew up with other
true.
people around. She had influences. There's influences.
But no, I think certain things in her natural ability with her.
To speak to what you're saying,
no.
if it's supposed to be natural, she shouldn't be tough. She's a girl. Why she tough?
No, that's not true. Because
that's the point that you just made. You saying a little boy should grow
No,
up
listen
to
what you're saying. Now I'm saying, are we doing this again? Are we doing the black urban definition of it, or we're doing the origin of the word tough? Because tough is just a defense mechanism. It's defense. That's like saying women don't have to defend themselves.
You said she's tough. I thought you meant like...
I'm not saying going around like this.
Okay.
Well, even y'all admit that's corny.
But that's my thing. Some people, it depends on the surroundings. If she falls or she hurts herself and nobody runs to baby her, she's probably going to learn to be tough. It's all about how you grow up, how you raise. It's about the surrounding.
I still want an example. Because you gave an example when you said don't cry like a girl, but it's still not registering.
What you want an example of?
I'm just trying to see how they're not treated equally as children.
Because you have a little.
How is it different for a boy? Because I can say how it was different for a boy with me raised in mine, but I feel at this age it was totally 100% unfair, and it was based off of our raising and the traditions that we came out of. I truly believe that it's unfair.
If the traditions that you was raised of was continued, then this world would be a lot better.
I don't know about that.
I know so. It'd be a lot better. If the
That's some, maybe some, not all. No, not all.
I have a question.
You probably don't even agree with half of the daggone traditions that we actually came
I know, but it created order. It helped keep order. It helped keep people in their place, and it helped things, you know.
How did it help keep people in this place when we have all of this out of place stuff? So how is that?
That's because
how is it because everything is out of place? If it kept everything in its order, everything is out of place.
How much homosexuality did we have when you grew up?
A lot.
It wasn't this much.
A lot. It
wasn't this much.
I would say a lot. I would say it was hitting.
All right.
It was hitting. It was download a lot.
But it wasn't this much.
It probably was. It's just that everybody came out that nobody said, I didn't know he was gay, or I didn't know they was gay, so now it's the law. Everybody is, but it was a lot.
Right, but
it was hitting.
The point that I'm
they
making,
kept it hitting.
The point that I'm making is, and I'm not saying nothing's wrong with homosexuality. I'm just saying the point that I'm making is
he clarified that. I'm not.
No, because I don't think there's nothing wrong. But even with like women being, you know, super strong, like I'm you know, out. They have alpha women. Like just the word in itself to me is a contradiction.
How?
All right, that's another topic. But
because if there's an alpha man, there has to be an alpha woman.
A matriarch.
That's not true.
I doubt.
The alpha male.
There's an alpha energy in everything. If you create an alpha male, you're going to create an alpha woman.
What's the definition of an alpha male? In the woods.
Listen, you don't want mine because mine is all egotistical. It's borderline narcissistic. I just have to be honest. It's narcissistic.
The alpha male, like in a wolf pack, is the one who leads the pack. There's only one. There's only one in the pack. There's an alpha. He leads the top.
And so you're saying
when
no
another
female?
male, when another male, the women is there's one person that leads the pack. When another male sees that he's weak, he will challenge him, because everyone wants to be the alpha male, but there's one. So the point is.
And you saying women don't do that?
What? I'm saying they just started.
Because that sounds like a whole kingdom situation.
I feel like women.
Tradition.
I feel like in tradition, women had a role, men had a role. Now that there's no role, now that they're trying to break all of these roles, it's just, to me, it's just like every man for themselves. So that's why you get what you want. You want to raise everybody the same. You're gonna have that little girl can grow up to want to be a boy now. That little girl can grow up to think that she, you know, identify as a man. Because guess what? I'm tough. I'm tougher than my little brother. My little brother was weak. They tell him stop crying like a girl. I ain't crying when he cried. So now,
I believe all of that create all of those issues. If they just treat the people like babies as babies and stop identifying as a role, and they won't want to mimic it so much. It's the same way I just brought this up earlier. I think me and Chase had this conversation because Boyce Watkins posted on his Instagram. He was upset saying about the Nas X. Is that his name? Those videos about him, he did in the shower, all that other stuff. We talked about that. That stuff that he was doing. I don't know why the gay people got to still flaunt their sexuality in the street with the dildos everywhere and all that stuff. And I'm in agreement. I don't want to see it either. And I understand what it's doing to our children. But at the same time, it's a contradiction because that is why they got abused for their sexuality. So this is why they flaunt their sexuality, because you abused them for their sexuality. So they got to stop playing the victim. We're the victim. The people who didn't really criticize them, they got to see it all day. The people that beat them up is the one who caused them to say, oh, I can be gay now? Take this. It's no different. But when you think like that and say the boy has to do this, girl, this, you're making them, you're playing into that energy.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
You caused them want to put it in your face.
Right, because we all know that if somebody that is strong-willed, if you challenge a person that is strong-willed, it doesn't matter if they're male or female, they're going to do what? They're going exactly. Yeah. That's like if you tell baby, it don't matter whether it's a girl or don't do that, they're going to keep going back for it. It's not, oh, he keep going back for it because he a girl. He keep going back for it because he a boy and she's a girl. No, it's a baby. That's just what they do. You take it away and go.
I definitely agree that they should be raised the same in a lot of instances, but there has to be somewhat of a difference.
Of course there do. I'm just saying stop and reference it to where it's though stop crying like a girl or or to the girls, you want to play basketball, you acting like a dyke. You acting like a boy. Like, how is...
Right.
Because it's extreme. Like the girls who want to wear pants, now you're mimicking a man.
Right. So, like, I agree. As children, it should be nurtured as babies, equally.
Right.
Because at that point, even if you're utilizing, if you're saying a 2-year-old, the verbal, whatever you're saying to this child, they're not comprehending it anyway. Not really.
Right.
So the nurturing part as a 2-year-old is if you fall, okay, buddy, okay.
Right.
When they're up in the age where they have, like if my son is 7 and he put makeup on, then I'm saying to my son, even though he put makeup, no, I'm asking a question. So when you're
okay
doing this,
I don't think it mattered. I think it was just all about parents, period, whether it's single or 2-parent.
Yeah, well, it does matter
I was speaking from a woman's perspective. He was speaking from a male perspective when we were speaking of it.
Right.
I was just talking about the proper tone or conversation that has to take place, or nurturing takes place when we're relating to children. For instance, you just gave one with the eyebrow. Now you just say, "Oh, you told them what boys don't do." But my rebuttal to that would be, how would you know if he intentionally wanted to put it on if you had a gay kid? If you didn't ask him, why did you put that on? Or get to the reason why they did that.
I was about to ask you.
Why did they do that? Because
do you feel like you handled that situation?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, first the thing I did was ask his mother. The first thing, my reaction was...
That was a yes or no question.
Yeah, right.
Do you feel like you handled the situation?
Absolutely.
But see, do you see what I'm saying, where it comes from with how we pointed back to this man-girl-boy thing?
And what she's saying, I kind of feel like you didn't. And I'm going to only say this because...
Okay. I can't wait.
If you ask questions...
From a man that don't have a son. That if you put makeup on, yes it does.
No. That's not the topic of what he was talking about. What I'm speaking to, wait, we're talking about things about
you don't even know what my opinion
because
is.
Your daughter.
You just said I didn't handle a situation with my son based on makeup.
He gave his opinion.
You don't even know what I meant. Do wear makeup.
Okay. What I'm saying is, my point is this. I don't feel that it's appropriate for a boy to put makeup on, whether it's men or female.
But that's a boy. But then you're saying what he's saying is right.
Making it a
boy-girl thing.
Drake probably definitely had makeup on.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying.
In film, so in pictures, they definitely make.
Tell me what I'm supposed to say to my 6-7-year-old.
That's what he was. But that's why he was explaining why he disagreed.
Yeah, I'm just saying. In that instance, I found
the image.
What do you mean image?
As far as like
a look, good skin.
No, I'm not talking about Drake. I'm talking about
your son.
Jay.
Yeah,
so
I would have told him, you are you. Right. You are your own person. Don't ever try to be someone else. Be yourself because you are special. There's no one else in this world like you. And you're way more special than that guy.
Tanisha, Richmo took your spot this week, Tanisha.
You understand what I'm saying?
He's coming with therapy.
He's way more special than Drake. Drake is an artist. And I would have told him he has to put that on to look like that. You don't have to put anything on to look like you. Right. So I wouldn't, because when you make it a boy-girl thing, it's like when you tell him men don't wear makeup, you make him feel like I wouldn't understand. I'm like, well, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not putting on makeup. Like
I'm trying to get the look.
I'm trying to get a look. Yeah, I'm trying to do this. And you never explained to me why doing this is wrong. Right. You explained to me why doing this is wrong. But you didn't explain this.
Now pause for a second.
Now I might grow up and want microblading because ain't nothing wrong with that.
So
I want thick eyebrows.
So pause 1 second. So let me make sure. Okay, so in what I said, I remember correctly, and I know this because I was there. I made it clear that that I just said this too, right? That Drake, well, I don't know if Drake had makeup on or not. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know at that point. You know what I mean? I can't say for certain that particular poster or whatever the case was, he had makeup on. I can't say that. However, my thing was even deeper than what you just said is I don't want my son to be Drake based on what he think is great or whatever. I want my son to be Jalen, who he is. So that was where my message was. It wasn't a question of you can't wear makeup because you just said what.
But do you feel like you delivered that message? Because you didn't say. I'm listening to what. Listen, I wasn't there. Right. All I got is the information you gave me, the tools you gave me.
It was more a combination. It was more of a combination of two things. And until you're in that position, then you don't know what you're going to actually say. You can say anything you can say.
No, but that was the basis of the conversation.
Let me say one short thing, brother. At no point am I attacking your father.
No, I'm not concerned with that, bro.
No, you are, because you're taking offense, and we're just talking about.
Because you're not making sense to me as a father of a son. You're not making sense to me as a father of a son. I'm telling you, I disagree. As a grown father of a son man. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking offense to you. I'm telling you, I disagree with what you're saying because I'm a father of a son.
You actually just agreed with what I said because you said that you want him to understand that you want him to be Jalen.
That's exactly what I was saying. Honestly, I disagree with you. You're disagreeing with me. We going to disagree to disagree.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yes, you did. You said it earlier. And what I'm telling you is...
I disagree with what you said earlier.
No.
I'm not disagreeing with your message. I just feel like you didn't deliver the message well, in my opinion, from what you told me.
Right.
You might have delivered it very well with him because you might have said more than what you told me.
Right.
But just
I'm not
what
worried
you
about
said...
being that type of dude as far as... I'm just telling you, in that scenario, yes, you asked me the question, do you feel as though I handled it well? I said, yes. You said, you didn't feel like I did.
From what you said.
Right, listen what I'm telling you. I'm saying to you, until you're there, until you're in that position, you can have hindsight. Everything is good in hindsight until you're actually in the mix of it. And then you like, okay, well, what do I do in this situation?
Well, no, it wasn't personal, MJ. I think
everything we talking about is in hindsight.
Yeah,
everything we talking about is how things can be done better.
We're referring to pretty much me.
I personally believe that I handled it well. I personally believe I handled it well. Personally, I believe I handled it well.
Yes, you probably did handle it
absolutely.
He just gave
and
his
I'm not concerned about the rest of it. But what I'm saying is, even with what I said, I believe was right because he felt what I said. He said that. He felt what I said. There's plenty of people that felt what I said.
I get that. I'm not saying nothing from
he
you
didn't.
saying.
So I'm gonna make it clear that.
But what you saying to him,
make it clear to him.
No, but what you're saying to him is he can't give the perspective to the situation because he has a daughter, not a son. Neither of them have children. So
I raised the boy.
That's not the point that was made.
I raised the boy from birth.
I understand what you're related to as a black man. I said that.
Okay,
I was there when he came home, and I raised him till 7 years old.
We're talking about the
and I didn't do the best job.
Young children I'm just and nurturing saying, them the right way.
Thinking about how you do things.
Right. I agree. My children are nurtured, and I can only speak for my children.
And you gave the example, and like I said, everybody, we only can do the best that we can do as parents. I understand that wholeheartedly. Nobody's gonna be a perfect parent. I get that, but what we were saying when he asked, did you handle that the right way?
I said yes.
But what I'm saying is the reason why he disagreed was because of what we were speaking to in the beginning of this. Yes. As far as in placing titles on young children as opposed to letting them be children.
I don't feel as though that's a title. I don't feel as though that's a title. That's my opinion. I don't feel as though that's a title.
Yeah. President. Yeah. As long as it's not, we're over. Go ahead, President Chase.
Can we all just breathe real quick?
Oh, I'm breathing. Yeah. My airwaves are safe. Let me smell my hair.
This is a woosah. Yeah, I'm about to say, 'cause you got the sage in the room right now. So I just wanted to break up the tension a little bit.
Oh, I don't have tension.
I know it wasn't.
And we are kind of well over and I got
over
people
time.
waiting.
So yeah, you know. So I just wanted to kind of.
We almost a half an hour
past. Giving me time saying we was a little bit. So.
All right.
Well, yeah, we started.
No, but I get what you're saying.
No, I'm joking.
I get what he's saying. You know what I mean? We going to disagree, or whatever people say.
No, I get it. I'm just saying.
Keishana, Mika said woosah. This is deep. That was for you. So I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but yeah, that was for you. So I'm listening. I'm paying attention to the comments. So.
Exactly. Somebody said he's 2. Somebody else said, yes, homosexuality definitely was hitting, so it definitely was around. It's prominent, but I mean, I think because more things are talked about now, it's on the surface and it's out in the open. Like they said, racism ain't disappear, it's being filmed. You know, stuff has been, everybody was shocked when the tiki torches came out and he went in the office.
Now you can see it.
Exactly, now you can see it. It's no different with anything else. It's on it. So when you say keep in order, is keep in order suppressing? What are we teaching them? To suppress everything? Or is it better to know on the surface, this is who I am, this is what you're dealing with, we agree or we don't agree, and keep it moving?
Right.
So yeah,
That's
we
a
got
fact.
to count down. We had a minute.
Yeah. You said what?
But it's all love.
Oh yeah.
Right, Uncle MJ?
Yeah.
Sure.
Live.
How long?
Right there.
Where did you say that at?
Right there. It's all remaining. It's going
What?
down at the
Shit.
top.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's okay.
But like I was saying, bro, I'm not trying to attack what you did at all. I was just talking
I'm
about
not
the
taking
topic.
offense.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I knew you was coming from
Yeah.
the topic. And in that topic, we didn't expect you to give a personal, because in the beginning, I didn't think you were talking personally about a situation. That's why I laughed when you said, I said, when did Drake have on makeup?
Yeah, I didn't think you was talking about
yeah,
his own kid.
I didn't know you were
It's
talking about
all
your own
relative.
kid.
It's all
No,
relative.
but what I'm saying is you didn't
the
say it in the
nurturing
beginning.
part. Listen, it's all relative.
No, we get that, but what
Right.
I'm saying is that wasn't said in the beginning, so we didn't
Right.
know what you were speaking about. When you said Drake, that's why we was like,
Listen,
when did Drake
if
have on
this
makeup?
man or that man or even Rich Mo said exactly what I said, I would agree with that because that's what it is at that moment.
Right,
There is
exactly.
no, listen, point blank, there is no cookie cutter. There's no instruction manual dealing with that situation. You or not just him. Period. Like you said, with dealing with children, what is across the board
Right.
is the nurturing.
Is the
What the
nurturing.
next part is the education. That is exactly what I did as a parent to a child. Whether you agree of the message is on you. His message is different.
You say
His
it.
message is different. His message is different. But that's the difference. That's where we.
But that's
you know what I'm
also
saying?
why I feel like you should have been able to hear my opinion and not take it personal, because
Right,
you
I
did.
agree.
You should have
I
been able to
agree.
let me finish my opinion and just say, okay, I disagree,
back
and that
on
could
it
have
and
just
get
been it.
personal if you want.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Till we
I
about
wasn't
it.
trying to come at
Till
you
we can carry
personally.
it out and say
I just
bye.
felt like
Till
I
next week.
disagreed because
Comment below
of
with any
what we're
questions that
saying
didn't
about
get into
delivering
the
certain
question because
messages. That's it.
We got
You
a
feel
little
what I'm saying?
passionate.
Yeah, I got.
I'm by far not the perfect father.
Did
feel
you
what I'm
save the
saying?
video? Could you save it?
So at the end of the day, I'm just saying that's just my opinion.
No,
That's
I get it.
And
I
we
get
all
it.
we all giving our opinions on here. So at the end of the day, it's like
No, I understand.
No, I understand why it was personal now because I didn't know it was personal in the beginning at all.
I said my son. I said that the
No,
first
afterwards,
thing.
but in the beginning, well, I didn't hear it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was
at
laughing
the
at the
first
Drake
beginning, I
comment.
said this is a person. I said it, but it's okay. I'm good. Everything's good.
But what
You know I mean?
and I get it, but what I think the part that was missed on whatever end is in the beginning. What we were talking about was the labels that we don't treat the boys and the girls pretty much
same.
exactly the same, and nurturing them. We tell him stop crying like a little girl. She's what allowed to do and what not allowed to do, and getting out of that. And because you went on there and said you mentioned, I told him, listen, men don't do that. It was kind of saying what we were talking about in the beginning, getting out of the traditional way of those conversations. Right
But see,
there.
that's where the education part comes. The nurturing stays the same, so I never changed that. That's the point you're missing. I never said
The
labels. The labels. Listen,
the conversation of you telling him men don't do that was the title. That is what
Let
we
me
were
ask you a
talking
question. Do men put makeup on?
Some of them do.
Why? Why do they put makeup on? What's the
Some
point
of them-
these? For what?
It's different reasons.
I'm here. I'm listening to you right
Some
now.
are gay.
Why? Okay.
Some are in front entertainment.
Go ahead, keep
Some is
going.
in the business of whatever. They have bad skin.
Okay.
Some want to look like Drake. You just gave
Okay,
it.
now,
Sunday.
is that a commonality? Is that if you're doing it sociably,
That's what I'm
use
doing now.
use what you're talking about sociably across the board? Is that common? Is it a common
Yes,
thing?
it's common depending on what you
So it's
into.
common for men to wear makeup.
You
out
didn't
in
hear
this
what he
world.
just said?
Who
Is
just
it
said?
not common at this point?
Who?
Men
is
are
it-
dyeing their damn beard. That is makeup. The dye is makeup. Is it not a lot of dye
So
beard
it's
men?
common for men to
Is
put
it?
eyelash on their eyes and stuff like that.
And
That's
this-
common,
Is
right
it
now.
common for certain men to
Lord
put
Jesus.
eyelashes on their eyes?
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's common for them to wear makeup during photo shoots.
No, he said, is it? I was trying to explain to him when he said he was having a conversation with his son saying, he was educating him saying, this is what men don't do. I still saying it's entitled saying some men don't. Some men do.
No.
Gay men
I'm
do.
not talking
Men
about-
that's on the camera do. Some men that want to look like other men.
He wasn't saying goodnight to nobody.
Each one of those.
Did you not go and say goodnight?
Y'all was talking, so I mean, y'all ready?
You could. We could have done that. I didn't say stop it because of it.
I'm not referring
stopped
to
on the
events.
phone,
I'm
so
talking
I'm
about
just
just a
like,
common thing. Like you wake up and you put makeup on like this young lady on you.
He could go in there.
You went out?
You can say goodnight.
We live, so. Hey,
Oh, okay. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Hope y'all enjoyed it. See you next week.
That was so good. Love you, Unc.
Yeah, it's all love, baby.
Hey, listen, we appreciate y'all for tuning in this week. Shout out to all the listeners and supporters that rode with us throughout the whole time.
Make sure.
Let me show you what I got.
Sage, what you got?
No. I was just saying if they had questions and we didn't get around to it, put them in the comments and we'll come back and we'll get to them. We'll get to it.
So if you had a question or you got something that you wanted to say, please just DM us, comment on the video we posted, and we'll be back next week. And again, appreciate it.
Y'all be back on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. We'll be back, and y'all continue to stay positive out there. Show love, spread love. It's the everyday way. It's not just the Brooklyn way. I was about to say Biggie, but we out here, gentlemen-ish. Black Ink Radio, Sage World. Everybody loves Uncle MJ. Kev, Floyd versus
his mind
Kev. His mind is his own adversary. Shout out to the young lady, Sexy Sky, for stopping through. I'm Chase Flow International. We love y'all.
That was a whole commercial. I love it.
Shout out to Zuby Mom and everybody else that was tuned in. We'll holler at y'all. Love and peace.
Black Ink 125th, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now